I think the cyclists can expect a lot of wind. I think it's going to be really beautiful. I think it's going to be hard.
No, on the camera.
I found TDA just by Googling cycling in various locations. I think I was looking at cycle touring in Australia and New Zealand primarily.
I've only been to New Zealand. I was just for a couple weeks. Never been to Australia. That was one of the things I was really excited about.
They're about the only company around who do longer duration tours. If you're traveling halfway around the world, I don't want to go to a 1-week bike trip. Make it worthwhile.
We used to go on some week-long trips, 2-week-long trips, and on one of them I heard about, and we were like, wow, that sounds so interesting. To go for a really long ride like that.
By going and traveling and seeing these cultures, you really get to have a greater knowledge and understanding and appreciation of everything.
The route has been scouted well. You've got your team around you, your team of cyclists, your team of staff. You know that you've got sort of all the foundations you need to go out and conquer that challenge.
You really have to have a dream, and you have to be able to commit to the dream.
One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm just remembering how awkward this whole thing is. My name is Brittany. I'm the tour leader for the 2024 Transoceania, and this is my 3rd trip with TDA. When I'm running a tour, I like to bring a lot of collaboration. Everyone here has life experience, work experience that they can bring to the table.
I acknowledge the Aboriginal people, the traditional owners of the land with where we are gathered today, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I recognise their connection to country and the role in caring for and maintaining the country over thousands of years. There's so much to Australia that you'll see so much in the magazines and on the movies and the TV shows that you'll see the beaches and, but there's so much more behind it than just that. There's amazing people, amazing culture here that I didn't think I really realised until coming back.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Excited and have a lot of anticipation about what comes next.
We have 2.5 months of exploring Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand. I don't know much about Australia. It is quite a new place for me, and so I'm excited to learn more about the world that we live in. It's why I'm on this trip.
Why do we want to do things that are tough? I mean, there's easier ways to see different places in the world than doing it on your bicycle. When you step away from always being comfortable, it just makes you see things and appreciate things differently.
Just think that this part of the world is really visually stunning. It feels very exotic to just be right in the middle of the ocean. We're all here. There's really nothing left to do but get on a bike and start pedaling.
There are tough times on the tours that you do, whether it's long days, early morning, bad weather. But when you're focused on the end point of actually getting to Melbourne at the end of the first stage, getting to Sydney, getting to Queenstown at the end, if you keep that goal in mind, you can achieve anything. You just need to put your mind to it. My name is Helen Smith. I'm from the UK. I live in Scotland near Edinburgh, and this is my second TDA tour. What drew me to the Oceania tour was Australia and New Zealand. It's always been on my bucket list to visit. I felt that it was something that I wanted to do, and I also wanted to do it whilst I was young enough and fit enough to be able to do it. When I'm cycling, I feel that I can just sort of get lost in my thoughts as I just pedal away and I gaze around at the scenery. I find it very relaxing, even though sometimes it's hard work. It's not just a way of getting from A to B, it's giving my brain a little bit of time to wander and enjoy the experience. I hate to use the cliche, but it is about the journey rather than the destination.
As much as I love facilitating bike rides, every morning when they get on a bike, I want to get on a bike too. I'm excited to support the cyclists in their endeavors, and I know that I have lots of bike rides in my future, and I am hoping to get on a bike and sweep a little bit this tour. Tomorrow's an exciting day for a few reasons. You have a headwind, you have me as your sweep. I'm really excited. And we're gonna start riding the Great Ocean Road, which is a huge highlight for a lot of people on this trip. So it's gonna be an awesome day in the saddle. I'm excited.
How are you feeling about finally riding?
Getting on the bike.
When I'm on my bike, I really can't be accomplishing anything else. It keeps me from getting caught up in the minutia of everyday life. It's almost like letting go of some control. You know, when I'm on my bike, I can't be controlling something else going on in my life. I just am.
Here I am at the London Bridge. It has been good. I mean, it's been a headwind, which I of course prefer tailwinds, but it's sunny and gorgeous.
And what's been your favorite part so far about the trip?
Actually, I have to say my favorite part is the critters. You know, seeing koala bears and kangaroos and all these things that we don't see at home.
Life is too short to not be present. You can get so caught up in plans and the future and the past and all the noise. There's so much noise. At the end of the day, all that we have is right now. All that we really have control over is right now. And if I find myself existing too far in the future or the past, then I'm doing a disservice to myself. Yeah, it's a little kind of stoic approach to life.
In my head on my bike, I just take a deep breath and go, be here and now. Just be here, you know, and all of a sudden I'll see better. You know, I'll see the stuff around me better. It helps me let go of the sort of garbage thinking I have going on in my head. I'm very interested to see Tasmania. I do keep hearing from locals that it's really cold and the weather's challenging there, so I'm hoping I have enough layers. I think it would be such an interesting place to see. Had it not been on this TDA tour, I never would have considered going there.
Welcome to Tasmania. Yesterday was a big day. How'd you guys feel? Yeah, feeling nice and spry. There's a section of the Tasmanian Trail, which is this amazing trail that cuts the gut of Tasmania. So we're gonna be riding that section. That's the trail section A on your ride with GPS.
The most unique thing about Tasmania is no matter which direction you're riding, there's always a headwind. We're on an island. How can it always be a headwind?
Kenny, how are we feeling today?
That was really good.
Yeah?
Even in the rain.
You are always the happiest, it seems like.
Foolish, I think that's the word.
One of the things that I didn't expect on this trip was the amount of climbing. Tasmania was full of it, so those were frustrating days, but we got through them, and as I like to say, they build character.
Joe and I went on a road trip yesterday, and we went and checked out the next few stages. We're going to be heading into the Central Highlands. We're going to be following this river Derwent. The indigenous name for it, the Aboriginal name for it, is Timtumili Minanya, and that's in Palawakani. And the Palawakani are the Aboriginal people of the Tasmanian Highlands in this area.
Have you picked up any Australian slang?
Tassie. Tassie.
Which means?
Tasmania. You don't say Tasmania, you say Tassie. Say it like a local. It's so beautiful and rugged. It's a place that just kind of flies under the radar. Not many people know about Tasmania. It's just a really low-key place. It feels so wild and rugged and beautiful, and it's an incredible place to go on a bike tour. It's just an absolutely singular place.
Totally different, very hilly, quite mountainous, especially on the west of the country.
Oh, that was good. It was just not a lot of traffic and it was just beautiful.
A good one, Cody. Tasmania is full of spectacular views. It's a great addition to the Transoceanic.
It has its own personality, it has its own character, and it just feels like you're this little dot in this completely wild place on the planet, and you're just you and your bike. I think some of the best riding days of this tour have been in Tassie, for sure, and it's incredible.
Look at those.
Well, it's been a pretty big journey so far. A lot of hard moments, but you guys are crushing it, and it's really cool that we have just this smattering of humans from around the world in this random little town in Victoria, Australia. As we enter, for some of us, the halfway point, and for some of us, the end of the tour, I encourage everyone to bring a little intention into the next 10 days. Find moments every day of joy. And when you're experiencing something that's hard, whether it's something that exists here or in the greater world, remember that the obstacle is the way, and to acknowledge those things and then to bring yourself back to the present moment. So, cheers.
I was talking with Meryl about a blog that Henry wrote that I had read just before we left, in which he quotes a friend that says, "Good suffering is hard to find." I love that quote, Henry, because I think it captures the essence of people who do these trips, the reason that they do them.
It's not often that you walk into a group and you hope to run into those people 2 years, 3 years, 10 years hence. And with these groups, I want to run into them again. I really hope our paths cross again. I also really love the challenge, but it's an accessible challenge. You know, it is hard to go out and ride 100 kilometers. It's, you know, hard for nearly anyone, but I can do it, we can all do it. And just settling into that, then with that apprehension gone, being able to really appreciate the moments that this will bring.
That's a good question. I didn't really cycle until I was about 40. And Barbara bought me a bike, and 2 years later we did our Land's End to John O'Groats. I've done it ever since.
Looking at people that have actually done the tours, there's such a huge range of ages. Age is actually not a barrier, but I didn't really know that before I came on the tour. It also proves that you don't need to live a conventional life to actually have dreams and achieve your dreams.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the conventional life, the 9 to 5 job, the mortgage, the house, the family, the pets, often that dictates on what you can achieve because you've chosen that particular path in life. But you can take time out, do something, and then actually go back to what people would consider to be normal everyday life.
See you later.
All right, you guys, so tomorrow, stage 35, we are heading into Sydney. The destination is the Sydney Boulevard Hotel. We're doing bags at 6:25, breakfast at 6:30, TDA breakfast in the parking lot.
Oh, what a beautiful thing.
Tomorrow is, for a lot of us, the end of the Transoceana, and for some of us, the end of a chapter leading into the start of a new one.
I'm camped out on the side of a very narrow road. I'm actually waiting for the cyclist to come the other direction. So we'll see what we can get. Stay tuned.
Are people that love bikes, and we come from all over the world, sometimes as friends, sometimes as strangers, and the experience that we have here bonds us. You guys have all brought something really special and unique to the tour. I just want to say thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of our TDA family.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I was in New Zealand maybe 35 years ago. It was interesting when the pilot tells we've landed on X and the temperature is X, and he says, and by the way, turn your watches back 30 years.
We are not only in the land of the Lord of the Rings, but We're also in the land of Whitaker's chocolate. So as a little welcome to New Zealand, for those of you that don't know, Whitaker's is like a staple chocolate in New Zealand. So for your first ride tomorrow, a little snack. So tomorrow we are going to do stage 36 and we're heading to Coromandel. We're going to be riding coastal from teams. We're going to be riding north to Coromandel, and it's going to be a really beautiful coastal scenic ride. Should be very lovely. We have 2 steep climbs towards the end of the ride.
I've only been to New Zealand once, and that wasn't for cycling, and so I'm very interested in seeing what are the things that are similar, what are the things that are different. Things have been really good in Australia. We've done some hard days, we've overcome challenges, and I know that New Zealand will be more of the same but different.
I don't think I really had any expectations coming to New Zealand. I wanted to come specifically to South Island, but a lot of the riding I do, I just want to take each day as it comes, and I just accept the beauty of the day that is coming.
In the remote areas, how the homesteads and the farmsteads are sort of so far apart, there's nothing in between apart from grazing animals. Less people, bigger mountains.
I think the hills are going to be pretty steep. Looks punchy, supposed to though be really beautiful.
Oh, this country is so awesome.
What's also remarkable is the amount of ascent, the amount of climbing every day.
The weather can be different, you know, the wind can be different, the terrain can be different. There's certainly a lot of variety, which I like.
How would I describe New Zealand? Hilly, windy, amazingly beautiful. There's an awful lot of birds. Some of the birds are very pretty. And just come and visit it.
I'm loving how green everything is. There's so much vegetation, it's lush. All the plants and trees are different, like they're from what we have at home, and yeah, it just feels very verdant.
The thing I have loved about cycling in New Zealand is the smell of jasmine as you cycle along the roads. And again, you wouldn't get that in a car, would you? But as you're cycling along, and it's just this heavenly smell of jasmine.
It's like that fern. Now that fern was nice to sit there.
If you're on a bike ride, just take a moment to be on the bike and to just experience the place for yourself, to have your own bike ride. Take your head out of the work and look around and just stay present as best you can. Find the micro moments, find those tiny moments of joy. Experience this place outside of the work. That's my advice. Yeah. Well, you guys, we have reached the final stretch. And whether you've been with us for 2.5 months or for a week or 2 weeks, it's been a journey and an adventure. I just encourage everyone to savor these last few days and to really step into the space of the place and the present moment.
Today it will be more tough, but
Yeah, with the hills at the beginning at least, it will warm us up.
but it's a great day today.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
Yeah.
The sun will come out, so that's the most important thing.
We have another day in paradise.
Really the reason why we're here and the reason why we do this jersey ceremony is just to appreciate the journey that we've been on. These trips come with all sorts of different emotions, experiences, moments, and I just want to create a space right now where we acknowledge what a journey it has been. All right, so heading to Queenstown, came all the way from Adelaide. Some of us came from Wellington, some of us came from Auckland, but we're all heading to Queenstown and we have one last ride.
We'll just hold this right here. All right, that looks good.
We have one last mountain pass and it is the highest tarmac road in New Zealand.
Thank you. That is so exciting.
Oh, exhausted, exhilarated. Oh dear. Successful tour. Cheers. Let's have a bit more wobble.
So happy for you.